to be in your midst this afternoon, and really appreciate the management of CPGS for inviting me. I just want to take a moment to tell you a little bit about how I came here for this presentation this afternoon. So you see this banner, you can see the Community Engagement Program. This initiative is as a result of my, my citation said an alumnus of Carleton University in Canada. I just got back from a scholarship. And so as part of my award commitment, I'm meant to give back. And so this is one of the programs I'm carrying out to give back, to share my experience from the award. And so you can see some of the topics on the banner I'm going to be speaking about in the course of my program. So I'm sharing this here as my alma mater. I'm going to have some other engagement. I've already started having some outside the Babcock University. Topic of the presentation this afternoon is preparing for global opportunities. Preparing for global opportunities. I would like to engage our online participants, and I like to prep up your expectation before we go on. So having seen that topic, preparing for global opportunities, I would like to know what your thoughts are about the topic and what your expectations are. If you do not mind, can one or two persons, and I would like at least one from the online participants, tell us what he or she is expecting to get from this presentation this afternoon.
Okay, my name is Sophia Success. I expect to get what the term global opportunity is, and as well how I can position myself in order to meet up.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, I can see someone has started thinking. Do we have anybody raising up their hand from the men?
My name is Fushot Elitokwe, MSc Business Administration. Yeah, from the topic, preparing for global opportunities, what I'm expecting are the skills required for one to know in preparing for such an opportunity, and what is entailed for somebody who is preparing for such an opportunity.
Thank you so much. So I'm very happy with those questions because you now understand why I insisted on asking. So go to the objective, and by the end of this presentation, it will be my desire that you understand the benefits of global opportunities. And someone has asked what global opportunities are, and in a bit, I'm going to share a bit about that. And then develop the skills and knowledge required for eligibility. She has asked about wanting to know about the skills. So that's what we're going to be discussing. And then for you to be able to identify the different types of available opportunities, and then to set goals and action plans that will prepare you for the global opportunities. And you want to talk about the benefits of global opportunities. So before I talk about the benefits, now the first question that was asked he said he wanted to know what are global opportunities. So that we're talking about this afternoon, because that's the presentation topic, preparing for global opportunities. What kind of opportunities are we actually preparing for? It's actually a wide range, and so this is an academic setting. You are here right now for your postgraduate studies. That you're on your master's, you're on your PhD, or one degree or the other, or you might even be on your fourth, fifth, or second master's. What kind of opportunities can you get? There are a lot of opportunities, global opportunities. So as a student or in the academic, from professional opportunities to internship, to short term, you have long term, scholarship, you have fellowships, opportunities whereby you will be given a scholarship or a grant to go and study. So you even have opportunities whereby you do an exchange program. So you can go to another university to do what you are doing for like 3 months. Some have opportunities for 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and even 2 years, depending on the program. So I've seen different types. So after this presentation, with the links I'm going to be sharing with you, feel free, go online. You go and research, you will see all sorts of things. So this is going to be targeted at you this morning because it's an academic environment. But for those in the other setting, like career-wise, there are also other opportunities. So I just want to open your mind, because when you are listening to this presentation, it's to prepare you, and you can be equipped with this information to also prepare your friends, your loved ones about the various opportunities out there, even in their career in the field. And what are the benefits? Having opened your mind to the kind of opportunities out there, opportunities that you can get in the academia. So, like the kind of opportunity I got was I did this application for the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Advanced Scholars West African Program. So other universities bidded for it, and I applied when Carleton University gave out their call. It was a special program to allow women time to study, take some time to study, finish their research work, publish their articles, and give them time away to be mentored by other professors and opportunity to work abroad. So that opportunity came, and it was lovely. So there are other opportunities, and that opportunity, yes, was for early career academics and PhD. So this particular opportunity I applied for was for PhD candidates. As at that time, you ought to have registered or applied for a PhD or be in a program about to round up, or early career. I think then they were like 0 to 5 years, or you are young in your career. It wasn't for professors. So it was clearly stated early career, that we're looking for opportunity to advance their profession in the academic career. So that was what that particular opportunity was for. So I'm addressing that your question now. There are different types of opportunities. You will see the type that is for professors. Those are grants that are available for them to do a specific, carry out specific projects. And that project aside may warrant them to collaborate with other professors from West Africa, or even from Canada, from different places in the West. So just to open your mind. There are different types of opportunities. There are even some that is for training. At times you travel there outside the country, different countries, to go and do a training. Some of them is virtual. Some of them have two poles. Some will say, oh, you do this bit in Africa, and some will be virtual, and some others you come over. So there are different types. There are the internship one, where you go and work. Like my opportunity, I had the opportunity to carry out my research, mentor with the professor and professors. I had the opportunity to work with professors in Carleton, and then opportunity to work also in an organization in Canada. So they wanted me to give me an opportunity to carry out the experience I had, like give back to an organization. So they paid me for that as part of the opportunity to do that work there for like 2 months, and have that experience and be able to give back. And so the benefits, like you can see, is that you gain international exposure and experience like I have gotten. You build a network of colleagues and collaborators from different parts of the world. That particular program I went for was for West African women. And so as a result of that opportunity, I've been able to build relationship with ladies and academics from 6 West African countries, and some other countries in the States and around Canada and the US. And so such opportunities will give you opportunity to access funding and resources and partnerships to increase your chances of success in publishing and in grants. Why? Because normally once you've had that opportunity, by God's grace, I've gone successfully and I've come back. And as you can see, this is part of my community engagement program, because I signed as part of my commitment that I was going to give back, I was going to share my experience. And so the whole world is watching. And so what would this do? It's going to enable me have access to other opportunities, because they want to see that when you have the opportunity, you're actually going to give back. You comport yourself very well. You will not go there and want to japa from there. I know that's what is in somebody's mind. You know, that kind of thing. So those are part of the benefits. You are now a global individual. You are known around the world. Your work is easily accessed because you've now given a global platform to talk about your work. So you see a quote there, say research collaborations can boost your productivity by up to 50%. So assuming you were struggling, you are an early career academics, you are trying to build your career, you are rising up, and you are struggling to gain relevance, you just probably need one international opportunity to boost your profile. Because once you get that kind of opportunity, remember that a university is an organization, maybe the World Bank or Obama Foundation. By the time they put your name, on their website, and they start tweeting about you. I'm sure people will start checking out your profile. Who is this guy? If you were selling something or you have a particular skill, the whole world will start looking for you. So those are part of the benefit for you to start thinking about it. And our dear sister talked about wanting to know what are the skills required. And so for skills, yes, like you would rightly know, I'm happy because when you heard about preparing for global opportunities, I can see from the two questions that were asked that your mind was you're already thinking something that you already know that for you to have that kind of opportunity, that you will not just be an ordinary person. You have to be above average. You have to be able to comport yourself in a certain way. So that means there's a kind of attitude. There's a way there's some things you have to start learning, habits you have to start applying to ensure that different skills there. Communication, communication is very key because we're talking about an application, right? You see the call and you will apply. How are you going to apply? You are going to be able to present yourself and your statement of purpose. So if you cannot communicate, you have to be able to state clearly your proposal, your research focus. You have to be able to provide constructive feedback, to communicate generally, be able to resolve conflict, technology savvy and digital. You have to be very good with technology because everything you are doing out there in the world now, you have to interact with technology. So if you are someone that is actually preparing, by now, every app out there, everything out there for you to be able to interact with your system without assistance from anybody. Some of us at this level were probably still struggling with interacting. You want to do this, you need that. You'll be looking for one person or the other at times to put you through certain things. So it's now, if you know you need help, maybe with Excel, Microsoft, PowerPoint, whatever apps you need to do your work. Maybe you are a statistics student, you need all the different apps you need and the softwares. You have to learn how to interact with them because even when you travel, it may be part of it. They have a way of testing to see that you actually know how to use these things. And then your personal brand, your digital footprint. What do you have out there about you right now online? If I check out your name now on Google or any of the apps, what will it say about you? You can try right now and check your name and you see what is being said about you online. You can try now, type my name on Google and you see what is being said. So you begin to have an idea because remember that when you apply for those opportunities, they're probably going to say, I'm a master's student or a PhD candidate in Babcock University, I work here. And then someone will go online and check about whether there's actually credibility. If you have evidence of some of the works you have done, they'll go online. And so if you don't have digital footprint, in fact, actually the scholarship I got, it was one of the requirements. They asked us to actually show that we can disseminate information. And they specifically requested to see our digital footprint. So that means that, so you go online, if you have materials online, you've done anything online, YouTube, Zoom, newspaper publications, interview, if you go online, if you've done anything, articles, it will be online. So if you have work you are doing and you're not putting it out there, some of us are into various volunteer works, we're not putting it out there in the media, you have to take such things serious because those things actually count. And so you should be able to work with a team. You are in a class now, you should be able to learn how to collaborate with your classmates. When they say we have a team assignment, how do you really respond to such assignment? Are you the type that will hide and give excuses? It's when you have the opportunity, assignment, you now say you are sick, or you come up with one excuse, forgetting that every other person has family issues. You will now leave 10 people assignment to 3 persons. So such things, because when only one person carry out that kind of assignment, those people, they are building their own skills. You are out there. They are having ideas. You think at right now you are smart for dodging. But it's while you are working in teams, disagreeing and agreeing, at the end of the day, you find out that you are developing yourself. And there are also other things you need to know. I said you have to volunteer to build mentorship and to build leadership skills. You must be able to support your team members, able to share compromise, teamwork. I really have hardly seen any opportunity out there that you want to do that you will not work with people in a team. You will always work with people in a team. And then mentorship, ability to work with mentors. I'm still preparing for global opportunities because right now You might not be able to do it on your own. You should be able to be open to identify mentors to help you in the process. There's always someone that is ahead out there. If we look around, even in the university setting, we have mentors, people that are out there that are better than us. I mean, in a particular area, we're talking about global opportunities now. If we look around, we'll see people that have had opportunities that have gone out. You can reach out to them for mentorship. And how do you foster such relationship? How do you build a mentorship relationship between you and your supervisor? Because you are here now, you're going to have supervisors. You will have class rep. Between yourself, because we are in class now, but we can actually have students mentoring students. Am I right? Because some of us are stronger than some. Am I right? So these are the kind of things, the skills you have to start building. How to carry people along. You are not the type that in the class you want to be the only person that will pass. You know that topic, and you know that people are struggling, and you are hearing their conversation say, this formula, I don't understand it. And you know it. Instead of you to volunteer and say, okay, if you don't mind, you come to the lecture hall maybe by 7 p.m. I will give you 45 minutes. Let's review it. No, you want to shine alone. You want to carry first. It's not like that. I think such skills, as you are building things, volunteering your time, your skills, you are developing yourself. You are giving back to your own self. You must be able to build relationships and network. So the relationship we have here now as students, how are you developing your relationship? How are you building? We come here as students from different departments for chapel seminar every week. Aside those people in your department, how many people, just give yourself a little test, how many people do we know? How many friends and contacts do we have that are not our course mates? If you know you have at least 5 friends from another department in this room, let me see your hand. Let's put it to test. So you could see that we are not, just few of us have friends from other departments. So we're talking about building relationship, networking. Those are the kind of skills you need to have. You'll be asking why. Why do I need it? I'm prepared for global opportunities. Yes, because that information you are looking for, you are not the only person that has it. You are in law, for instance. I'm a lawyer. I may have a friend in economics, and then he sees an opportunity. He's not a lawyer, and I'm very good to him. Will he not forward it to me? So, but if you don't have a friend and someone sends something to him, he will not know who to send. For real, I've had certain opportunities in recent times that I'll be like, I don't know someone in this area. So at times when I'm frustrated about that thing, I'll just forward it to someone. I'll be like, please, you are in the university. I'll send it to few professors I know. Please send it to anybody you know in this area. I remember one of the professors answered me and said, this is not my department. This is not this. This is not. I said, I know. But you might know people. Just put it up in your platform. That's a mind and a heart that wants to help. So that's the reason why if you don't prepare yourself and your mindset, you will not be looking out for the opportunity. So you prepare. I think there's somewhere I said mental preparation and flexibility under the intercultural theme for the soft skills. You have to research and be aware of the cultural differences, mental preparation and flexibility. You know what we are doing here now, our circumstances of your life will probably be this different. If you have an opportunity, the requirements of your stay will be different. So you must be prepared in your mind to be flexible, to shift your style of work. You must also be able to adapt your communication style. You must be able to manage time. Timeline is very, very key. For every opportunity you have, I'm going to be sharing a few with you. You'll find out that some are already expiring by November 30th. Now, today is November 27th, 3 days and a month. Assuming you see an opportunity now that is expiring in 3 days, will you be able to give it a shot? So you know that after that time is passed, they may not open it up again. You must be able to obtain your recommendation letters, and you must be able to be resilient. You must have problem-solving skills. Setbacks. How do you handle setbacks? You know, there's something I always remember, and each time I remember, I'll laugh. You know, when people write their CVs, they'll say, ability to work under pressure. How many of us have written that before? If you have the ability to work under pressure. So assuming the school now, you have a course and they are putting you under pressure. Are you going to say, I'm not doing this course again, or you drop out? So these are the kind of things when they say resilience, when I talk about being resilient, it's because while you are searching for that opportunity, there are so many setbacks that will come your way. I did my program here for 3 years, it was full time. I will not tell you that it was rosy all along. I was driving from Lagos every day. There was a time I was coming to Babcock 4 times a week. Just imagine. And guess what? They were constructing the road there. It was bad. There were days I would spend 4 hours on the road, and I was coming until I devised a means to start finding a way to stay one night or two to ease my stress. So you must be resilient. But can you imagine if at the point this opportunity came, if I looked at it, because I had one or two colleagues that dropped that year because they felt that the road was bad, the stress was too much, and they couldn't go on. If as at when that opportunity was forwarded to me in 2021, had not applied for my PhD, I was not in the program, do you think I would have gotten the opportunity? So that's to tell you that it's not always convenient. At the time I came in here, it wasn't the best of time in terms of everything you want to consider. But by God's grace, I was able to thrive. I held on. I finished. So you must have the ability, grit. You can check out that word, GRIT. You must have grit, ability to see something to the end. Whatever you are doing, whatever you put to your hand, assignment, no matter how difficult it is, finish it. So those are the kind of skills so that whatever you meet, and somehow it will show. If you are in a class of 50 and an assignment is given, everybody is complaining, you are the only one that submitted, you are building certain skills. And guess what? Your colleagues and your friends are also watching. Am I right? In your class, do you know the people that are serious? I'm sure you know the people that are serious. And so the whole world is watching. That's how we are all growing. And so when there's an opportunity, someone will see it and recommend it. So these are just a few skills that if you start looking at them and expanding on them, selecting mentors and trying to know some of the resources I will share and you apply them, I believe you'll be on your way there. And so the next slide is talking about some resources where I feel that you'll be able to check out certain opportunities for like research collaborations, fellowship and related opportunities. You have the online databases. So you go online, if you check some of these like World Bank, multinational companies, foreign organizations, they usually have opportunities, one opportunity or the other. Just take your time, go on Facebook, subscribe to their newsletters. From time to time, make it a habit, check. I know that it's tedious at times reading those long newsletters. Check, you'll be surprised. I've seen a lot of opportunities, even trainings, free. And guess what? Some of them, especially in the Europe, you'll see $4,000, $6,000. They'll tell you they are doing a particular training. If you apply, I know someone that actually applied and said, they will tell you they can do part funding. And she said, look, I don't have source of funding. Last minute, they told her we are going to sponsor you. So if you are not reading, if you are not checking your email, if you are not looking out for those opportunities, how will you get it? So the opportunity itself may not be necessarily traveling, maybe training to start getting certifications. When you equip yourself to a certain level, when the opportunity comes, one of the eligibility criteria I was reading in an application, I think 2 days ago, said the strong applicants should have this. That's to tell you that even the organizations putting out the opportunities, they already know that there are some people that have a stronger chances of getting an opportunity, and they will tell you this is what the person should have. The strong applicant will be someone that has maybe 5 to 10 years experience in this, someone that has never gotten a master's, or someone that is working in a certain field. So there is opportunity for the person that asked the question, what kind of opportunity? I found that for global opportunities, I've seen opportunities for different levels. I've seen opportunities for first degree, people that just have first degree. I've seen the one I was looking at was going to give ladies opportunities for masters, and they said a stronger candidate will be someone that has 5 to 10 years experience working in this field and does not have a master's. And so that opportunity was the person would go for 24 months to the US, have opportunity to go through a 10-month certification, and you get a master's. That's just an example of an opportunity. You can see that opportunity is for someone that is not even a master's degree, that has not enrolled for a postgraduate course at all. So that's why I'm saying these opportunities, while you have access to them, you may say things that are not for you. Please feel free to share. Don't be selfish, please. I know this thing can be tedious at times. You say, this one, it's not my own, it's not my own. For a moment, spare a thought. even if it's for 2 people, just forward. You know why? As you are helping, as you are reaching out, that's how tomorrow someone will forward that thing to you. Someone will see your own, and you don't know who you will help. And guess what? That person you forwarded that opportunity, the person may end up going there, doing somewhere, and tomorrow that person will be an ambassador to recommend you, an advocate to say, "Oh, there's someone somewhere." So we should have an open mind when we look for these opportunities. Don't just be all about me, me, me. And so these are also opportunities. If you look at the next slide, sir, you see research collaborations and fellowship. And when you look at those Fulbright scholars, the Global Research Alliance on Agricultural Greenhouse Gases, so there are various opportunities you will find when you go online. The UNESCO Fellowship for Young Scientists, for our science students, the Alexander Volho Foundation Fellowship for Postdoctoral Researchers. You have African Doctoral Research Fellowship with Fulbright. I saw a lot. I just had to put a few. And then I want to tell you about the next slide, which is the local opportunities in Babcock. I'm not sure a lot of us know that we have grant opportunities in Babcock. If you know that you have an opportunity here, let me see your hand. Yeah, so this is a new initiative just being discussed by the CPGS, and you are going to be getting the details soon. This conversation came up in the course of preparing for this presentation, and as you can see, there's a BU research grant which is currently on. This grant will support team research to the tune of 2 million naira per research group. Up to 20 research teams can be sponsored. So if you are thinking what I'm thinking, that means they have like 40 million naira in a fixed account waiting for you to pair up with your classmates to research on something that is worthwhile. And remember, like I said, you start a research, and this is part of how you get global opportunities. Because some of the opportunities we usually ask you, what are you working on right now? What is your focus? And so the opportunity may want to give you a platform to go and do further research. Maybe you need more funding. Maybe you need time to go away to check out your experiment in another environment. Those are the kind of things. So you need to look for, start watching out for goals things that would impact the society to research on. And so you also have the BUCPGS Provost Award, which support impactful PhD research to the tune of 1 million naira. And I think they said 10 awards are possible. So that means we have 10 million, 10 plus 40, we have 50 million naira. So if you know you are going to take up from that 50 million naira, let me see your hand. We're talking about preparing for global opportunities. And while you are preparing for global opportunities, you must be willing and able to take advantage of the local opportunities. Now, can I excite you? This opportunity I had, as part of the eligibility criteria, was they wanted to know if I had enjoyed other scholarships. And by God's grace, before then, I'd enjoyed Shell scholarship during my undergraduate days. In fact, I'd enjoyed 2 scholarships, but the institutional scholarship was Shell during my undergraduate days, and I stated it. They wanted to know how much and at what point, what year, that kind of thing. So why am I saying this? Because we're talking about global opportunities and we're talking about Euro, Pound, US. It doesn't mean that you will not put your eyes on the opportunities that are here. If I were you, you actually start watching out for the details. After this presentation, go and bombard the CPGS office, the RIC office, tell them, you say the link is coming out, we've been expecting it, we have not seen it, so that they will know that you are itching and you start preparing it, because they are going to release the eligibility criteria for the CPGS. I think for PhD, I heard you must have done one of the preliminary criteria I know will probably be that you must have presented your pre-field for you to be eligible for that PhD grant of 1 million naira. For the one of 2 million naira, you watch out, they will tell you different things. And of course, if you are in Babcock, if I were you, already know free of charge, one of the criteria would be that you must have at least 90% chapel seminar attendance, because when we were here, during our chapel seminar, the hall was always full to the brim. So those are the kind of things. So what am I trying to say? The local opportunities here in Babcock is actually up for grabs. I forwarded about 9 links for you. I took time to just do a research on some opportunities. You can check the link of the opportunities for Africans. They have a newsletter. So when you go online, subscribe to their newsletters, you'll be getting their information. They have a lots of grants opportunities, all sorts, internship trainings for Africans. Please go and take advantage of it. You have the open AI residency program. Yesterday I was talking about the WAPA. There's a particular scholarship opportunity for women lawyers. Is there any lawyers in the house this morning? So there's an opportunity for female lawyers. You check the ones I have. And so you have Jesus College, Oxford, receiving applications for visiting senior research fellows. And you have the Isolomso Fellowship 2024 for early career Africa researchers. And the deadline is February 15th. So all these links I forwarded, they all have deadlines. So please don't see it and sleep on it. You might want to go and open it immediately and check the requirements. So you may need to start preparing them. There are some that you might find that you are not eligible right now. But take your time, go through the eligibility requirement for each of the kind of opportunities you are looking at. When you look at it, you'll be able to identify certain skills. There might be certifications you need to get. You know, like one of them, look, almost all the opportunities, 99.9 that I've seen, will always tell you two things. Aside whatever you bring to the table, they want to see your leadership skills and ability that you have evidence that you have volunteered in the past. So is that telling you something? I'm saying 99.9. So you go after now, check out those links and you see what they are saying. So that means we need to check out how we are carrying ourselves. Like you ask, what do you need to start doing? You need to be more visible. You need to be more, will I say, interactive. You need us. I mean, even as an institution, in the class, in the school, your office, wherever you find yourself, apply yourself more. Let people feel your presence. Don't be in the class and keep quiet. You come here for chapel seminar and the meeting have not started. You know, you can easily start the praise and worship. Just try. You are building something. You are taking initiative. So while you are doing all those things, you are gradually building something and preparing yourself for the next level. And so the next slide talks about the action plan after this that I'm recommending for you. If I were you, after hearing this kind of thing, the first thing I want to do is to find a mentor. I'm going to look for someone like me, someone bigger, to be telling you what to do. Like in this area, please, you just came back, I beg, please. What else did you do? How did you go about it? Were you afraid? Look for a mentor, because you know why? All of us have fears. I had my own doubts. When I saw the opportunity, I had second thoughts. Could this be true? Is this scam? Is this true? But guess what? It was true. That opportunity was all expense paid. As in, I never believed that it could be possible. But someone actually convinced me and said, oh, I actually had a mentor, privilege. It was a privilege for me as at that time. My supervisor had an opportunity like that. I've gone to University of Ottawa, come back, stay for 6 months. So when I was being, double-minded about going forward or not, he said no. He encouraged me against all odds. So I would advise you to find a mentor like my mentors. I have so many mentors, and like my supervisor that is here, Professor Lucas, which was very good. So find a mentor, find someone that can bring out the best in you, that you can share your aspirations and would encourage you. Did I have people that discouraged me? Yes. But guess what? My mentors' voices were louder in my ears, and God helped me. So find that, and then volunteer. I said you should be visible. Everything you are doing, learn. Be part of organizations. Why? Because you are going to be learning a lot of things. As you go along, you'll find out. That time will not allow me to tell you some of the things that helped in the course of my application. And I looked back. In fact, that was why I actually put this as part of my community engagement programs I was going to give back, because I found out that some of the things I've been engaging in the last 15 years, acting in the church, different things, carrying out certain tasks, I did not know that I was building certain skills. I did not know. When the opportunity came and they said, oh, for this, I thought that the programs they want us to carry out was going to be funded. And they said, no. From your profile, you said you worked in various organizations, you were raising funds, you were carrying out conferences. When you go back to your country, go and raise the funds, organize your program. And to God's glory, I've been carrying out those things. And by the time I came back, it was not too difficult for me to quickly put out my proposal, set out my program, and start making arrangements for programs like this that I've already started carrying out as part of my community engagement program, because it's part of what I've been doing over the years. and I did not know because I wasn't getting paid. I was just there, young, early career. I'm like, oh, I'm not too busy. What can I do with my time? And I was heavily involved in some of these volunteer activities. But I didn't know that I was building more skills. I mean, to be resilient and do a lot of things. So set a goal and develop your research agenda. I'm saying that because whatever goal you are, right here you are a student. And so your first target is that you want to come out from this program successful. And if you are like me, you want to come out within time, within record time. To God's glory, I finished my program within record time. So that's one big thing for a student. So you have to set your research agenda and set timelines for finding the opportunities. Don't just go to sleep after today and say, oh, I will check next week. No. If I were you, have plan it a particular day in the week. Which day is lighter for me? That day I'm going to spend at least 3 hours. Because if you think it's 30 minutes, it's a lie. Only one application. By the time you download and start looking at it, 45 minutes have passed. So set out that time, no matter how small. It may be during your break time. You look out for the opportunities and make up your mind. Decide to submit at least one application a month. Just try your best. Whether you think you are making it or not, try. By the time you start applying and seeing it through to the end, certain things will start registering in your mind. And you begin to find out where the areas where you are lacking, you will know. And if you know you need maybe certifications, more training in certain areas, you start looking for opportunities to get those training. And then finally, I said to subscribe to newsletters related to research opportunities and global opportunities like this. And in conclusion, in today's interconnected world, postgraduate students possess immense potential to thrive in a global landscape. I want you to embrace the challenge, step outside your comfort zone, and prepare to embark on an extraordinary journey towards global success. By broadening your horizons and developing a global mindset, you can unlock a world of possibilities that will shape your future success. By developing the right attitude and the soft skills, some of which I've discussed, getting a mentor, and actively engaging in volunteer activities, using the available resources and taking action to apply for opportunities, your success is predictable. Thank you very much.
To round up, if you have any questions, any observation, maybe two. Well, mine is not a question so far.
Name and your
It's a comment. Oye Agnes, I am a PhD. So I want to appreciate you for this awareness that you have brought back to your alma mater. It's a kudos to you. Thank you. Then I want to please advise that you drop the stuff for us on the soft copy so that we can have a better gist of it. Thank you. And number one question is funny. I want to ask why you came back to Nigeria. Number two, how do we bring in pastors in all of this?
How did I come back? Eh, Pastor, was that question revealed to you by flesh and blood? Well, yesterday I told them something that I'm Nigeria centric. So I believe in my country. Really, really. And that's why I came back. And I have a desire and a taste for impact. And no matter what I see out there in the world, I believe that there's something God put in me to be part of those that will develop this country. And so even if I go for any global opportunity, my mind is here. And guess what? There's no place like home. There's no place like home. So no matter what you want to do, you get. If I don't know, because I can only speak about myself. If you have the kind of blood that flows in my vein, there's this thing you will have, and you feel that look, I have to come back. I can go and come, but it's like look, no matter how you eat in your neighbor's house, you will still go to your own mother's house, and even if she gives you dry bonga fish, it's your mother's food. There's a way you feel, and so it's something that question is deep. Is a subject I would like to address in another forum. I've been having a lot of questions like that, and I'm not surprised because it's a craze out there because of what we see ourselves here. And I want to encourage us. So for you to know, for starters, it is not only Nigeria. So when I traveled, I found a lot of people from other countries, African countries, and guess what? Even in the Europe, migrating. I remember I met a lady from Ukraine. You remember Ukraine has been having fighting wars and different countries, and they all came. So people migrate under different circumstances. I remember I met a guy. As at that time, he told me he was about rounding up his PhD and he came for something in Canada. And according to him, he was from one of these, I think, East Africa. He said a war broke out. Long story short, according to his story, he wasn't able to go back. And I met him riding Uber. And so he was telling me all sorts of stories. As at that time, this was like 4 years. Of course, he had to seek asylum. And he had not gotten his PhD as at that time. So I had a lot of things thinking in my mind. And he said he was away from his family for like 3 years. And later, he had to go and bring them. And then there was something he said. I said, why don't you go back and round up your PhD since you said you had just 6 months and a seminar to. He said he couldn't go back to his country because he had rushed to seek asylum for one thing or the other. It wasn't clear. So I want us to have something in our mind. So because when I talk about preparing for global opportunities,